Hello, I'm Stefan Schwartzky, CEO of TrendiBendi Incorporated. We are a branded virtual goods company. We were founded in February of this year with 4 seasoned veterans of the software and web industries. Our goal is to become a leading virtual goods company. What kind of money does a leading virtual goods company make? Sales in excess of $200 million per year. And that's real money, not virtual money. Our mission is also to become the leader when it comes to branded virtual goods. What this means, as the virtual goods market explodes, consumer companies are going to realize that they want their products featured in this sphere. When Coca-Cola introduces a new product, we want them to come to us as the go-to gaming company promote their products in the social media sphere. We are currently seeking $400,000 in seed investment. It's our goal to return 10 times that to our investors within 3-4 years. Our founders are very experienced. Over the last 20 years, we have worked with or for Microsoft, Apple, Electronic Arts, Local Favorites, Shop.com, eBay, Exodus Communications, and many other companies. We have founded countless startups in the last 20 years. We have shipped over 20 consumer-grade software products in the last 20 years. Many of them AAA titles that have generated millions of dollars in revenue. We have shipped entertainment and productivity software. We've led the development teams from prototype to golden master. When it comes to software development, we have just about seen it all. Currently, we have 3 titles in development. One is our major title called the A-List, which is scheduled to ship in October of this year. We have 2 mobile app titles, which are also mini games within our main title, which we are going to, with our cross-platform technology, port over to iPhone, iPad, Android, Xbox Live, WeBear, you name it. We're going to do it. We have the technology. With our 3 titles shipping this year, we are projected to be cash positive in 2011. In 2012, we want to have over $2 million in revenue. In 2013, sorry, I was off by here. In 2011, we're looking at $2 million. 2012, we're looking at $5 million in revenue. And then we're going to leverage that revenue into a $50 million year by 2013. For 2014, we want sales over $400 million. Now you may be asking yourself, what are virtual goods? How can there be this kind of money in virtual goods? Virtual goods are non-physical. They are digital items. They basically exist as a line in a SQL database. Here you can see how Facebook monetizes virtual goods. Here they have a page where you can buy these little items and give them a gift to your friend. You give the gift, it shows up on your friend's page, and they're happy, they got a little gift, they got some pride, you're happy, you got to show off, you gave them a gift, but most importantly, Facebook just made $1. Facebook makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a day with this monetization model. Virtual goods can also be digital clothing. Here you can see a game where somebody's come in and they have a little Santa outfit on, and they can purchase more clothing. Very often, what these games will do, they'll entice you to play the game with a few free articles of clothing, maybe a necklace or 2, some shoes, something like that. And then to progress in the game, they want you to purchase more, win more, go visit a sponsor, anything to make them money, and they'll give you some more virtual items. Very often, they control the rarity of these virtual items. So you may buy a little present box with a few virtual items in it, much like buying baseball cards. You don't know what you're going to get. And there may be a few common items, but there may be one ultra rare item in there that's very rare. These items, if it's marketed and done right, will sell for thousands of dollars on eBay. And that's what people keep. It's much like the baseball card analogy. People keep on coming back to try to get that good stuff. Virtual items can be land, weapons to use to explore dungeons and explore homes. Anything that you can think of can be virtualized. It's always growing. It's piling up. It's a huge market. Historically, these virtual items usually cost less than $1 to purchase, which has always been a problem when it comes to credit cards transactions. The overhead fees are just too much. In response to this, various microtransaction models are coming online. Just 2 weeks ago, Facebook introduced Facebook credits. What this is virtual money that you can buy in blocks and then spend freely throughout the Facebook landscape. You can spend it on Facebook gifts, or you can spend it on games, third-party apps by other Facebook developers. Since they have introduced this concept, their sales have grown. Virtual sales have grown 25% in the last 2 weeks. Currently, last year, the virtual goods market was $1 billion in the US. This year, it's projected to grow to $1.6 billion. In the next year, $3 to $4 billion. Asia's market is 7 times that right now. Right now, they're at $7 billion. If you throw in the rest of the world, we're looking at a $20 billion market. A couple of years, that's going to be a $40 billion market. And we're poised to jump right into that market. These kind of numbers, the big guys are taking notice. It's projected there's going to be unabated acquisitions through the next 3 or 4 years. Who are the current kings of virtual goods? Who's buying up all the companies left and right now? These guys. If you're on Facebook, you know who these guys are. Either you're playing this game, or you're seeing ceaseless status updates from your friends of the little cows and horses that are lost, or the things they've purchased, the new crops that they've harvested, on and on. This game, though very simplistic, they've mastered the art of social entanglement and social media and virtual goods sales. The way they monetize this game is you can buy more properties, little farm apparatus, more crops, little animals, for $1 or $2 just to improve your farm and show it off to your friends. They are making big money. Just last month, a teen, before his mother caught him, spent $1,400 on this game. And you know there's a lot of adults doing the same, they're just not talking about it. So right now, this game has 80 million MAU. What is an MAU? MAU stands for monthly active user. Basically what this means is somebody installs this game and they play it on 4 different days in 1 month, they've just generated 4 MAU. They have 80 million MAU. What kind of money is this? This means that game is generating them over $1 million per day. If you think of that in terms of network TV, there's only one network series that generates more revenue per week than this game, American Idol. And they're not running every week. This company is poised to make $450 million this year. They were founded in 2007. In order to be profitable as soon as possible, TrendiBendi has identified multiple revenue streams. Our first, of course, is virtual goods. This is our big one. This is going to be 80 to 90% of our sales. We're also going to use the classic PPC and CPM, price per click and impressions model. Usually this isn't that big for games. People are concentrating on their game, they're not really looking at your ads. But when you got 80 million MAU, it adds up. We're going to do virtual branding. When you have a big game with a lot of MAU, you're going to start seeing companies have their product branded as virtual items in your game. And if you let that virtual item have a profound effect in the game, you can charge a lot of money for that. We're going to do sponsorships. This is where we allow companies to have their products to sponsor storylines within the games or sponsor entire games themselves. We're going to have virtual to real commissions. This is where, for example, if we have digital clothing, a user might hover over the article of clothing, we'll have a pop-up come up, and that digital clothing has a real-world counterpart, for example, with DKNY Jeans International. They hover over it, you get a pop-up, you see the price, what it really looks like, add it to your shopping cart, purchase, and TrendiBendi just made a commission. We're also going to leverage our cross-platform technology to do mobile games. All our main cash cow virtual goods games will have many miniature games within them that are missions or activities that people play. We will extract these and turn them into iPhone, iPad, Android, WiiWare, Xbox Live games with ease because we are using a very powerful cross-platform technology. Our first major title to be released this year is called the A-List. In this game, you start as a 20-something nobody, and your goal is to reach fame and fortune, the A-List, by any means possible. You can be a rock star, a pop star, a gambler, venture capitalist, kind of the same thing. Just about anything I get you to reach the A-List. It's going to be very tongue-in-cheek, poke fun at our celebrity, youth-obsessed culture. We're always going to keep it current, with current events, because it's very important for these games and the social on Facebook to be sticky. If you're going to sell virtual goods, you want people coming back every day. Check out on what's happening. So for one thing we're going to do is that the characters in this game, you start out at 20, but every year you age, every day you age 1 year. So within 45 days, that's the career of your character in the A-List. They will age, so you need to check in every year to see how, every day, to see how they're going, do new activities to keep their fame up, and keep them going. And towards the end, once they're around 60, you're going to be dropping off the A-List, all right? Because youth sells in this country. So we'll be selling some virtual Botox to keep them going. Don't you worry. Characters will also be able to marry each other. It's also very important in these games that they have what you call social entanglement. Therefore, a player can marry another A-lister for a celebrity wedding. It gets announced on Facebook, all that stuff. Your points go up. But of course, if your partner starts to go down on the D-list, the divorce may be in order. Here you can see is one character, they've accepted a fashion assignment. They need to have the after-party VIP pass, which they have, and they need to be friends with Klaus, which they don't have. So now they need to figure out, how do I get to be friends with Klaus? Well, hopefully they'll ask their friends, or maybe they need that certain virtual item to entice Klaus to become friends. Here you can see something where somebody logs in, and they're seeing what's gone on since the last day. And here they have an alert that a fire has broken out in their Milan studio. No one was hurt, but the damages are extensive, and the press is eating it up. So, there's no such thing as bad publicity, so they got plus 30 frame, but they cost them $10,000. Now they need to figure out who did that. It was probably a friend who happens to own a virtual arsonist. You never know. Here is an example of a mini game called a hidden object game. They might be going around looking for objects. They hover over the belt, which turns out to be a DKNY Jeans men's belt. That's a real world product. Here's a chance for them to add it to a shopping cart, purchase it, and give a commission to TrendiBendi. So that is TrendiBendi in a nutshell, a brand new virtual goods company. Thank you. If you have any questions at that time, I'd love to hear them.
Great. Thank you. Brooks?
What demographic are you focusing on?
Historically,
Repeat the question, Ken.
the demographic we're focusing on. Historically, these games can be considered casual games. It's very important that you be able to play this game in 5 minutes and be done. As they say, if you can play this game during a conference call, you're a hit. So the demographics for casual games classically has been women aged 30 to 45, and that is proven to be true in the virtual goods market also, that a large majority of people purchasing these virtual goods are women 30 to 45. But it's growing across all demographics.
How many of them are there?
How many?
Women 35 to 45.
Millions. I mean, we're talking the whole world here. And in Asia, it's a different demographic. A lot of teens and older people are willing to go into virtual items. And here in the U.S., I think it's more the younger set, but it's getting more accepted, which is why the market is just doubling every year right now.
Damon?
Who's leading your marketing efforts, and what percentage of your net income do you see going towards marketing?
Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's going toward our marketing efforts. Danelle Lee is is in charge of marketing. She's worked for Exodus Communications and eBay. And we are planning to spend $100,000 on our marketing campaign for the A-List. It's very important right now to get the eyeballs and the installs and the MAU as early as you can, as all the big players begin to enter this market. We're also spending $200,000 on development of this game, which is quite a bit more than the standard development costs for Facebook games these days. But the bar is going higher, and we want to get noticed right away, because this is an exploding market.
Can you talk a little bit about competition?
Well, the competition right now, there's Farmville.
Yeah.
which is by Zynga. They have a couple, and they have an advantage where they have a few apps out, so they can easily cross-promote their new apps with all the huge installs they have, which is why we're gonna spend our $100,000 across other Facebook apps to get the installs. Zynga is the main player right now. Beyond them, there's a few other Playfish, a few other companies, but right now, smaller companies, as soon as they get about to 10 million MAU, they get purchased for $20 to $30 million.
So are you actually producing the game in-house?
Yes. Yeah, we have two very senior software engineers, with one expert on the back end, and I'm pretty much doing the front end right now, but we hope to hire many more as we go on.
The question was, are you producing the game in-house? Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.